break with the soca thing. I call the mental hospital. Come quick to avoid your funeral.
Of the Northern Range in the background as we say rest in peace to Winston Bailey, the Shadow, and welcome you to the Secondary Schools Football League Shell First Citizens Premiership. Our broadcast brought to you courtesy Coca-Cola, Shell, and Digicel. We welcome you to Trinity College East. My name is Hans Devines. This is going to be a battle of who is the real Trinity. The Lions of Moka going up against the Blue Hawks of the East. They face off today, all right? Let's take a little look at the weather conditions that these young men will be playing under today. Well, it's 32 degrees Celsius, humidity at 54%, partly cloudy, and chance of rain 10%. Brent Sancho joins me on the field. Big contrast in terms of the weather today, Brent.
Big contrast, of course. Over the last week here in Trinidad, we experienced some horrendous weather, flooding mostly in the central part of Trinidad. And of course, the games that were supposed to play on that weekend was postponed, correctly so. And of course, a lot of the players, coaches, staff, referees, officials would have been affected by the bad weather that we experience here in Trinidad. All right, well, Brent, let's take a look at some of the other games that will be played today. Well, we're looking at team number 2 going up against team number 3, Sawa, going up against Naparima. Valencia will look to secure some points over St. Benedict's, and Presentation face Fatima College in Manny Ram John Stadium. Brent, where are we in terms of the league right now?
Well, we are ready for a roundup, that's for sure. The league has been tight, that's for sure. And the teams now have reached a stage where they are going to have to perform to win the race. But let's go to the roundup and see what's going on.
Let's check it out. Yeah. Throw some water, throw the water.
Rain, and more rain. Record levels of flooding caused matches to be cancelled in Trinidad. And while we are more concerned with the cleanup and recovery, it has caused a severe backlog with the matches as well. Trinity College Moka, St. Anthony's and St. Mary's each have 5 matches left to play in 11 days, which heightened concern for CIC in particular, who is in a relegation position. The boys from Frederick Street have a lot to do if they are to stay afloat in the Premiership for the 2019 season. Calling the troops, San Juan North has been beaten. Their first loss in 10 games. St. Augustine Secondary, who has been unpredictable at best, remains an outfit that can put a spoke in the wheels of the top teams in the league on any given day. But all is not lost for San Juan North. They're yet to face Naparima College, who is on 22 points, and the league leaders Presentation College on 28 points. It may be too early to say bye-bye Bishops, so for the optimists out there, there's still a slight mathematical chance that they could salvage 8 points and keep up. But all this is provided the other teams around them don't win their respective matches. This may be wishful thinking, but stranger things have happened. Looking at it, the relegation battle is real. East Moka and Valencia have had their ups and downs, but no more so than Fatima and CIC, who are not having the same kind of success as they did last time around. Who's hot? Keyshawn St. Rose, aka the finisher, scoring 2 of St. Augustine's 4 goals against San Juan North on Wednesday's fixture. Keyshawn is on fire, the top goal scorer in the league so far with 11 goals to his name. Who's not? 2018's promoted teams. That's Bishops, Valencia and East Moka. These teams never really got their footing in the big leagues, and their spot could very well go to one of the championship teams locked in the Big 5 tournament as we speak. In today's match, Trinity College Moka takes on Trinity College East in a battle for holy supremacy. The boys of Moka have never looked better in their recent SSFL history, and with Kenny Lai at the helm, they are sitting high in 4th position. But Trinity East is one of those teams that you just don't want to meet. They have the potential to throw Moka off their high horse and inch their way from 8th position up a little higher on the table.
Great look at the teams and a great look at the league and where we are right now in terms of the roundup. Brent, let's talk about the 2 teams that are going to be playing today. Trinity College East, a new school, How do they favor and how have they been doing?
They've done very well. Trinity College is a school formed in 2000, 2001. Of course, having to compete against the likes of the Fatimas, the QRC, CIC, Napri. But these schools have been around for a very, very long time and have distinct football programs. But Trinities have held their own. They've developed national team players for the under-20, and they have survived, more importantly, in this league. And they are a very, very difficult outfit to play against.
Now, let's talk about Trinity College Moka. They have a new coach.
Yeah,
how is this working for them?
A new coach and a new beginning. They've done very well, but we have to give credit to Marlon Mingle, the coach of last season, who would have won the North Zone title. Coach Eli coming in and building on that. If Trinity College Moka has been a team that has always fought against relegation.
Yeah.
This year, they're remarkably in fourth position. And a lot of that is down to the stewardship of Kenny Lai. He built on what Marlon Mingle did last season, and he's been able to guide this team to be a very, very effective team, and a team that has shown a lot of consistency throughout this league.
Now, last time these teams faced off, Trinity College Moka was able to get the better of Trinity College East. How do the teams fare today against each other, especially since this time around Trinity College East is home?
Yeah, they are at home, and I must say it is extremely hot out here today. The pitch is very hard, so that will have some sort of impact on the type of football that will be played today. Trinity College East in particular, they're a team that is a combative team. They stifle you, they work very hard in shutting down their opponents, but Trinity College Moka is a free fluid type playing football game. So this game is going to be very, very intriguing for the neutrals out here. Of course, I'm not a neutral, I'm a Trinity College Moka fan, it's my old school, but I expect both teams to be very competitive here today, because they've been playing good football, and I expect a keenly contested competition.
Well, the Lions versus the Hawks. Who will come out the true Trinity? When we come back around, we give you this tip from our referees, and then we come back with action on the
During a free kick in the penalty area, committed to be taken by a member of the defending team, the ball is only in play if it leaves the penalty area and enters the field of play.
Welcome back to Trinity College East, the home of the Trinity College Blue Hawks. We're getting ready for an exciting encounter. Who will be the real Trinity? Will it be the Lions of Moka or the Blue Hawks of Trinity. Right now joined by Blue Hawks coach Trevor Nottingham, assistant coach. No, actually goalkeeper coach. Goalkeeper coach. So let me know, what do the Blue Hawks have to offer today?
Today, well, we want our 3 points, so we will put them under real pressure today. So at the first 15 minutes, we will try hard to run at them, so we can get that 3 points today.
What is the strategy going up against the Trinity College of Moka? And is it a match that you all really see as a derby?
Yes, we do see it as a derby, so we want to see today who is the best Trinity.
and who's the best Trinity?
Well, we is the best Trinity, and we will show that today.
He said he will show it today. Let me take a little step across here right now, joined by Akil John, student of Trinity College East. I mean, what you have to say about today's game?
Well, honestly, today I expecting a 3-0 victory. And obviously, we are the new and improved Trinity, as you could hear. So, yeah, we come to show that we're the best team.
All right, well, tell me about Christian Ransom.
Well, Christian Ransom, definitely the strongest player on the team. Good run with the ball, good control, and I expect one from him today.
At least one?
At least one.
All right, let's take a little closer look at Mr. Christian Ransom.
I'm known as Ransom. Me is my last name, and over the years, I just get a name from everyone. At the age of 6, I started off at Central Football Academy, and over the years, I moved on to different clubs and academies, most recent being W Connection. But football to me is like a hobby and a passion, and ever since I end up loving it and keeping it. For fun, you know, family time, church, and that's basically it. I like to play at number 17 because number 17 is me. Locally, I would say I look at Daniel Cyrus because he's a very aggressive player, and he tends to be a leader at times. Internationally, I look at Nicholas Otamendi for Man City. Same type of player, aggressive, strong-minded. I think my attitude on and off the field are able to balance schoolwork and football at the same time, and my humbleness, I could talk to people at the same time. For this season, I would like to be more of a leader to the younger ones who are coming up, and to set an example so they could carry it on into the next season, with this being my last season.
Will his roly-poly be able to get past Trinity College Moka? We'll see right now, joined by assistant coach and goalkeeping coach Abiola Benjamin of Trinity College Moka. Welcome. Let us know, how come Kyle Phillip is not starting today?
Oh no, it's not. It's technically we don't ever question Kenny Lai. Whatever he places on the field, we go with, and we have all confidence. So we never question him. So I can't answer that question.
All right. So as we mentioned, Coach Kenny Lai, what differences has he really been able to make with the team to produce such great results this year?
Oh, most definitely. Of course, he is unpredictable, and we have used every player that we have for the season. Each player has played already, except maybe the substitute goalkeeper.
Oh, okay.
So other than that, all the players have been involved in the SSFL so far. So that is one of the reasons. And the other one, he's very disciplined. And defensive-wise, he works on the defense every session. So that is one of the main things we worked on this season.
All right, so we expect a good game today. Let me take a step across to our student guest host. Introduce yourself, young man.
Hi, my name is Jerry Marshall. I am 14 years old and I attend Trinity College.
All right, let's get into it one time. This game today, the original versus the new and improved, they say.
Yeah, well, it's only have one original Trinity, and that's up in Moka.
And that's Moka?
Yeah.
What do you expect from today's game?
I expect a good fight from both teams, but I expect my school, Trinity Moka, to come up on top.
All right, well, let's take a look at one of your players.
Afiba McCall.
Yeah, let's take a look.
He's an amazing player. He's good defensive-wise, and he can read the game and accepts.
All right, Let's take a look at a few from McLeod.
My nickname is Snake on the field. When I was in Form 2, I had a tight tongue. Well, from a young age, football was my passion, growing up with brothers, cousins, everybody into the sport. So just come naturally. I play cricket recreationally. My favorite footballer is Marcelo from Real Madrid because he just enjoys himself while he's playing. I like to wear number 12 because Marcelo wears number 12, my favorite player. My biggest motivator will have to be my parents or Leon Bailey, a Jamaican footballer who came out of Jamaica, similar to what I'm trying to do now. Well, last year, my maturity grew, my ability to lead, and personally, my technical ability improved. What makes me different from the other players on the team is my work ethic, the ability to work whole game, 90 minutes. Well, being a senior player, I would just like to motivate the other players because we're trying to do it as a team this year. So just motivating the younger ones and the new ones to the league. My favorite skill move is the roly-poly because Zinedine Zidane, one of the players I look up to, he used to use it a lot.
This is the plyometric bounding exercises. It helps with the player's landing ability and helps to prevent knee injuries.
Your check. Everything good? Yo. East first and then Moka. All right, cool. Well, welcome here to the Trinity College East ground, located here in Trin City. A lovely setting. Of course, it's a very, very hot hot day. It's Trinity College East coming up against Trinity College Moka, and there, Brent, some lovely surroundings here, and it's a rather hot day, one would say.
It's extremely hot day, Colin. You're being very generous. And that will have some impact in the game here today. I was able to walk around on the pitch. Of course, the skies here, not much of those clouds anywhere, as you can see from the pictures. Wonderful pictures we're getting from our production team. And the pitch out there, Colin, it's a very, very hard. It's a very bumpy surface. In some parts, it's extremely uneven. And it will have some impact, particularly at Trinity College Moka. It's a team that wants to play football, particularly through the middle of the park. They play a 3-5-2 formation. And, of course, the middle of the park, Trinity College Moka, is a team that will have some sort of course, complications as it comes to the type of pitch that we have out here.
Right, yes, it's going to be difficult in terms of the ball control because the field does look a little bit uneven. But of course, it's the home team, Trinity College East, and they will be at home and should feel good. But there's the away team, Trinity College Moka, and they're doing some of their little training, a little bit organizing themselves, and Brent, before the start of the game.
Yeah, and when you looked at them during their limbering up, there wasn't a lot of movement. Of course, they played a couple possession games, etc. But when it's the weather like this, you can't do too much movement, Colin, because of course you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are exhausted. But today's game, in particular for Trinity College, these are the keys to the game here. They have to dominate in the midfield. They're playing a 3-5-2 formation. The last time we saw them here on Sportsmax, they played against Benedict's College and they were dominated in the midfield, and they went on to lose 4-0. And part of the reason they lost that game, and they also made a lot of individual mistakes. They cannot afford that today. They have to make sure and cut those out today. They do have some consistent goal scorers in Jaweer and Kai Phillip, of course, up front. I've seen them against East Mokarapa during the course of this week, Colin, and they played some good fluid stuff. They created a lot of opportunities, and I expect similar here this afternoon.
Very, very interesting, though. Kai Phillip is not in the team today. He's on the bench. So obviously there must be some sort of technical or tactical works from the coach. He's obviously decided that tactically he's going to bring Kai from the bench. Let's have a look at Trinity East. Of course, they were doing their limbering exercises before the start of the game as well. But they know this ground extremely well, Brent. They will know where each bump is, each hole is, if there is that. And they are going to be very much at home here in Trinity East. Let's have a look at their keys to victory.
Well, they have to create more chances than they normally do. We've seen them against Queen's Royal College, again in one of our live production. And when they get into the final third, Colin, they just weren't able to create the chances that can get them on the board. And, of course, they need to play with width. They're coming up against a 3-5-2 formation. They have to be able to stretch the Trinity College Moka defense and make sure that they can get in behind. If they have to have any success here at all today, you have to give credit to Trinity College East as well. They've played some good stuff. Of course, they're out Curdell Sween, who is with national team duty with the national under-20 team. Coach Russell Latipi, of course, putting that team through their paces, getting ready for their CONCACAF qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, and he would be a big miss to them. But as a unit, they've done very well, Trinity College. They've had some impressive results, Colin. They eked Presentation College, the league leaders, eked past them. And, of course, Naparima College tied here against Trinity College East. So they are not a pushover by any stretch of the imagination. They are tough cookie to crack.
Well, here comes the teams making their way out together with the officials. Of course, it's an important game for both these teams, but not only that in terms of where they are in the standings, but of course they were going here for bragging rights. Which is the #1 Trinity team? Is it Moka or will it be East? We'll just have to wait and see at the end of 90 minutes what happens. There is the Trinity College Moka team. Sorry, that is East. Yes, that is the East team. The Moka team in green and the East team more in a dark navy blue sort of thing. Yes, one would say a navy blue color. And that is the Trinity East team we're looking at the moment. Of course, there is the number 17 Christian Ransom. He's going to be a handful, one would expect, for Moka. He's a very gifted midfielder. Of course, they are the officials. So we're just waiting on them to. We're seeing the Moka team now making their way across.
So a lot of hesitation to shake hands.
Maybe that's a warning. Already. Yeah, I thought they weren't going to shake hands.
As the war started already. But it's a new rivalry, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the Fatima CIC or the NAPS Prez, but these two colleges, of course, with the same namesake, the rivalry has been building every year, and I think this year would be one of those years where it's definitely going to be a derby game.
Well, there are the officials, Rodfin Harris, the very experienced FIFA referee. Of course, he is assisted by Kieran Myers, Melissa Aguilera. Of course, she is the sister of the West Indies keeper. And there is Quincy Williams. That is the fourth official. So those are our officials for today. Of course, the referee Harris Brent, very experienced, the only male FIFA referee we have in the country, and one hopes that the referees department is trying to add to that number, because Harris, as I said, the only male FIFA referee we have.
He's been out for a while with a little injury. This is his first game back for some time. And as you rightfully said, arguably one of our best officials in the country. And I would hope to see other referees, of course, come up to his standard.
He's a young man too. He's just 35 years. Here's the Trinity College East lineup. There's Khalil Oliver in goal, experienced keeper Stephen Hoyt, the skipper Randy Jackson. There's Daniel Lake, Isaiah Williams, Jaden McCree, Terrell Wiley, Deshaun Windsor, Christian Ransom. He's going to be one you have to look out for. Matthias Hinkson and Kishon Charles. The coach, of course, Michael Grayson. Let's have a look at their formation.
Well, look for Ransom to play a bit more advanced, and Williams and Winslow to do the sweeping up in front of the back four. Action Jackson, the captain at right back. It will be Marudin down the right side. And, of course, McCree, Hinkson and Wiley is going to be asked to put the Blue Hawks on the goal-scoring sheet.
And the two captains, they're tossing, and of course Trinity East seeming to have won the toss, and they said they're going to kick to the southern goal. But here is a look at the Trinity College Moka team. There is Nathaniel Thomas, Josiah Superville, and Freni Bascom. Let me take my time with this one. Olamidara Olukayode. Then there is Jevon Ward, the skipper, Raheem Jayawar. Then there's Josiah Wilson, Abdul Lezama, and Kosi Davis, Ronaldo Jacob, and Kishon Prida Williams. Of course, the coach, the experienced, Kenrick Eli. So that is the team. Let's have a look at the Moka formation.
Well, we talked about it before, a 3-5-2 formation. Davis is going to push a bit further forward. Jaya in the middle of the park, a very talented youngster. He would be asked to join the likes of Wilson and Prida Williams, who is stepping in for the prolific Kai Phillips up front.
Yes, so that is, so the teams, the Moka teams have already said their prayer, and they are lining up now. We're just waiting on Trinity College East. They are still in a little bit of a huddle, and they are going to be just dispersing. There's one of the assistants there, the referee, Melissa Aguilera, sorry. And of course, the referee, Harris. So we're just about getting ready to get this game going. Brent, what's your thoughts on this one? Who you putting that $5 you have on?
I think it's going to be a tight one here today. Trinity College East, it's a tough team to play against.
You're back in Trinity College, right?
I'm in Trinity College Moka, but it's going to be a tough game.
Well, let's see how it pans out. As Ransom, he's going to be a handful, as I said already, for Moka. He's going to be a real handful. So So this is in the middle of the field. There, of course, is Jawir. And we did say he's one that they will have to look out for. This is Superville. But Action Jackson picks it up, but he gives it away. Nice turn there from Wilson, but it's picked up by Williams. Ball played out to Charles. Charles going even wider to Windsor. Windsor to Ransom. So you can already see Brent ball control is going to be difficult.
Oh, it's going to be extremely difficult. We talked about the unevenness and, of course, how tough the pitch is. It's very hard for the footing. So that means that ball is going to bubble and roll in different directions. You're going to have to stay focused and make sure you keep your eye on it.
Well, that was Ransom giving it back to Hoyt, so they're going to build at the back. It's with Charles. This is Williams. Lake to Action Jackson. Well, he's a long ball there, looking, of course, for McCrae. We've seen McCrae in action before. Brent make some good runs off the ball, but that was just a slightly overhit. But this is Trinity Moka now on the attack here, going wide towards Ward, but he's in an offside position. In fact, that looked more like Ula Coyote, the man making that run, but he was in an offside position.
Well, yeah, it's a good pass outside, but the run just a bit too early. You have to time those runs, Colin. I mean, especially when you're looking and you have to look across your shoulder as a forward to make sure that you don't go too early. Interestingly enough, Colin, looking at the Trinity College Moka lineup, we've seen them in 3-5-2 formation for most of the season. They seem to be playing with 4 at the back. So but definitely a tactical change on their part.
Yes. This was Ula Coyote in a little bit of a tussle there with Windsor. And in fact, Trinity's win a throw. So looking for McCrae with that throw from Charles. That side, the ball going all the way through to Hinkson. But it's well won. Give him to Wilson. Wilson plays a good ball there. Getting it just to Jacob. Ula Coyote playing it back there towards David. Or Davis, towards Davis. Keeper Oliver, that's an easy take for him, coming off his line quickly. We saw him against QRC, he won man of the match and made about 3 or 4 brilliant saves that afternoon.
Well, talking to his goalkeeping coach and of course the assistant coach as well, Trevor Nottingham, and he had nothing but glowing references to the young man. Arguably the best goalkeeper in this competition. Well,
we've
debatable. We've seen Jabari Gray, of course, from presentation.
Fernandez from Naparima. We've seen Jabari Gray. I think they're just slightly ahead of him. To me, I think Gray is probably the best in the island. But I would put Oliver up there in the top 3.
He's been outstanding. He's truly been outstanding throughout the season. And he's a goalkeeper that you would think that he has a future on him, Colin.
Yeah, certainly. Long ball there looking for Wilson, but here is Williams, but he couldn't get there before the ball crossed the line. It's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. Coming up to just about 4.5 minutes. Still no goals here between the battle of the Trinities. And notice how they're just backing off at this point in time, allowing Trinities to bring the ball to the half line.
A little bit surprised how deep they're dropping. Of course, they're playing away from home. But I would have thought, Colin, with the surface being the way that it is, they may want to apply some pressure on the back 4 bringing the ball out. It's really difficult out there, combining the heat and, of course, difficult roll on the surface with the ball.
This is Hinkson. Good. In fact, Hinkson was fouled. So it's going to be a free kick. Action Jackson is going to take it. No, he's going to actually leave it for Daniel Lake. Nope, it's Action Jackson with the kick. It's a nice ball over to the far side. But a little bit of pushing on the part of Wiley. So it's going to be a free kick for Trinity Moka. Against the heads, go up, and this is a good ball, but well intercepted by Hinkson. That was a very important block. This is Windsor. Ball picked up there by Williams, but one back by Charles, but he gives it right back to Jacob. So Trinity spreading it here with Jackson. It's a good ball to Ransom, but he can't control it. And it's played back by Jawir, but nearly running himself into some trouble there was Ward. This is Superville. And Trinity Moka get a throw. Ward is going to take the throw. A good one looking for Williams. It comes back to Ward. In fact, it's going to be a free kick again for Trinity East, because actually it was a foul throw, so not a free kick, but the throw has been given to Trinity East, and they're working it around at the back. It's with Charles.
Well, you would expect the tempo that we're seeing here, Colin, because of the humidity out there. Players are, of course, as we mentioned, it's a derby game, so there's a lot to play for here, the battle of the Trinities. But you can tell by the tempo of the game that the heat is having a factor on the young men, rightfully so. It's very humid out there, and of course the players are going to have to play to that tempo.
And they're going to have a water break, so after 25 minutes I understand there's going to be a water break. That's a foul. No, says the referee. Well, he's a FIFA referee, who might argue with him, but I thought that, I certainly thought Superville was brought down. But some good refs make mistakes, Brent.
Very, very few, Colin. Very, very few.
This is Charles. Ward gets it away nicely to that danger man, Jawir. Jawahir. Okay, let's get his name right. Jawahir. Look, he's in the tussle again with Ransom. And this is Action Jackson. He wins it. Plays it inside. A good ball as well. Looking to get Williams going.
He's going to do well if he keeps that in.
Hinkson, he does well. Hinkson. He's got backward support from Ransom, but it wasn't such a great ball to Ransom. It's a good ball towards Ulukayode. Davis back to Ulukayode. Davis. He has support inside with Jacobs. He didn't use Jacobs. Goes to Bascom. Back to Davis. Ulukayode. This is a good ball to Jacobs. Jacobs in a real tussle there. Loose ball picked up from Lezama. Getting it to Jawahir. Nice ball forward to Williams. Last time we saw Williams, Pride of Williams, Brent, he played right back for Moka. He's striking today. So these youngsters, they're very, very versatile.
He's gotten promoted.
Yes.
Well, it's an interesting Trinity College lineup, as we talked about it, Colin. Of course, no Kai Phillip within the ranks of Trinity. And of course, no Tizera, the normal captain.
Yeah, and last time we did a game, even though they lost 4-0 to Benedict's, both of them featured. And
heavily featured.
I thought they were very good players. But here's Williams. having a shot, and no real problems for Oliver. Let's have a look at his distribution. Oh, there again. Trinity, look at it, Brent. Trinity Moka, they're back right off to the half line.
But what is interesting?
All 11.
What is interesting, College, is Trinity College East is also backed away in their half. So they have 6 players in their own half, and of course they're essentially attacking with five players ahead. So it's 11. It's 6v11. It's a strange one. I would suggest that, of course, the back four are the ones to push the midfield further up the park, because they really, Trinity College Moka have a numerical advantage in their half, and Trinity East is trying to attack.
This is Hinkson. Nice ball, but foul. It's going to be a free kick for Trinity Moka. Just about 11 minutes gone. Still no goals here between the battle of the Trinities, East against Moka. Superville couldn't, that was Ward, couldn't control it. Plays it to Jacob. That was a ball really hit in hope from Jacob. And it's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. So this is Leak in possession. Action Jackson is wide. Inside is Hoyt. Given to Williams. Williams looking to play a ball right across field, but it's picked up here in the middle. This is Jacob to Davis. Davis going forward with this one. He's looking for some support now. He's running out of options. Still Davis. But it's picked up by Ransom. Gets it to Hinkson. Williams to Jackson. Handball. It's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. So Jackson with the free kick. That's not such a great ball. Hoyt sending it right back in field. This is the problems, but it's an offside. Ransom is offside. Nathaniel Thomas with the kick for Moka. Jacobs. Olukayode. Williams looking to play a 1-2, but not a good ball. And it's going to be a throw for Trinity East.
Well, both teams have been very cautious attacking-wise. They have not thrown a lot of numbers forward. So it's been a midfield battles, and you've seen a lot of balls like this one that's played upfield there, playing high and sometimes in hopeless, Colin. It's not been a fluid game. Again, we'd always have to point to the pitch and, of course, the humidity being a factor. But at some point, one of these teams are going to have to take the game by the scruff of the neck and try to get a result. It's a bit too passive right now.
Yeah, at the moment, both teams very solid at the back and well organized. And you need 1 or 2 gifted players going forward and just trying to break the deadlock. But we haven't seen any goalkeeper yet has been really tested. This is Superville. Let's see. He is going forward nicely with it. Jawahir turning with it and looking for some support. Gets it from Jacob. Jackson gets in the way. And in fact, in an offside position was Wilson. So just about 15 minutes gone here. And it's Trinity East 0, Trinity Moka 0. So here is Ransom in possession. And again, Trinity Moka backing off. That's a short ball from Ransom. Picked up by Wilson. Still Wilson. Gets it back to Ward. This is Jacob. Ward. He played that ball and Wilson was never facing it. And there's somebody trying to, that was, let's see, that was Lezama trying to head the ball towards Brent Sancho. And he was certainly off target. And would you believe, Brent was ducking. I thought Brent would have headed it back.
I would have definitely not headed, but probably put it on my chest first, Colin. Juggled it a couple of times.
Word is that you played a football game last night.
I wouldn't quite say play, Colin. I appeared.
You appeared?
I appeared, yeah. I didn't quite play.
All right.
So well, 15-minute stint.
How many minutes?
15 minutes, more than enough for the lungs.
Is that why you're so tired today?
Yes, it is. Main reason. It's 10 minutes more than I expected to play.
Well, who's the coach? Who was the coach? Did you have a coach?
I was delusionally fatigued, Colin, so I don't remember any of the coaching staff.
Oh my word. There's the header, Brent, and I thought you would have got up and tried to head it back onto the field. But no, you were ducking, you were taking cover, and the ball was even coming close to you. Well, they always say, you know, when you've done it all before, once you sit down and you come out of it, you don't go back in. But we still no goals here. But when you look at Trinity East, Brent, in terms of keeping clean sheets, in terms of goals against them, they certainly have done well. The problem with Trinity East, they don't score. So you keep at the back tight, but yet you're not able to put the ball into the back of the net, and that has been their problem. But they're a good team. They're well organized. They certainly you look at them and you think they could be a threat and they could beat anybody on the day if they can only put some goals into the back of the net. Whereas Trinity Moka tends to be a little bit more leaky at the back, and I think, Brent, that could be their reason today for their style, for tactically how they're just backing off and saying to Trinity East, come forward with the ball, and they're just backing off towards the half line.
Well, so far it's been a battle of attrition, really. But you rightfully pointed out that Trinity College East conceding 6 goals all season. The team lowest, it's Presentation College. 7 goals they've conceded so far all season.
And what is Naparima? Tell me Naparima.
Well, Naparima College has conceded 6 goals as well.
Well, and you know, Brent, very ironically, we spoke about 3 goalkeepers. We spoke about Jabari Gray, Presentation, Levi Fernandez, Naparima, and Khalil Oliver, Trinity East. And those 3 teams have conceded the least amount of goals in the league.
Hence the reason they're so difficult to beat.
Yeah. In addition to being well organized, they've got 3 very young, outstanding goalkeepers.
Well, when you look at Trinity College Moka defensively, the first point for us, a point of reference, is the fact that they would have changed the way they've played tactically. They've gone now, there's a foul on Action Jackson. But they've changed the way they play tactically, Colin. They've gone to 4 at the back. They've, as you rightfully pointed out, they've dropped very deep, not allowing a lot of space for Trinity College East to attack. And so far, it's been a dull game. But that's a good
free kick. But it's a little bit of pushing there, I thought. And so it's going to be a free kick for Trinity Moka. But that was a good free kick. A little bit of pushing, as we saw there, just before the man went up to head the ball. This is Lake getting it to Hoyt. As usual, they've got loads of space in their half of the field. No green shirts in the Trinity East half. Not a single green shirt. This is Jackson. Hinkson turns nicely with it. Gets it inside, of course, to Windsor. But he loses out. It's won by Jacob. Plays it towards Ulukayode. This is a good ball here for Wilson. But excellent defending on the part of Lake.
That's where Trinity has to be a bit more explosive. They are sitting very deep, but once they break into that transition to attack, they need to get numbers forward quite faster than they're doing. And that's a lot better by them. Of course, Wilson chasing that one for Trinity College. That's just good defending there.
So the longish throw headed away by Lake to
that's a handball.
Hinkson. It's a foul committed there on.
So it was a handball initially.
Yep.
Colin, it looked like it.
It looked like a handball.
It's
going to be a free kick anyway for Trinity East.
Looked like Peters may have handled it in his pursuit to control the ball.
As referee Harris, of course, we keep saying very experienced. The only male FIFA referee in Trinidad and Tobago. So he's having a word with a couple of players. There's the...
Yeah, it looks like it there. It's probably have another look at that one, Colin. It's that's the foul that transpired after.
It's another good ball by Jackson and going up to try to get the header, but it was not on target. It was Hoyt. So a goal kick for Moka, Trinity Moka. A little bit of a breeze coming across the ground, Brent, but it's still so very hot. Lake a little bit slow in trying to clear that ball, but even though Superville was closing him down, still has gone for a throw. This is Williams to Ransom, back to Williams. Of course, they can do what they want in their half of the field, and here comes Ulukayode.
But they haven't been successful doing that even. No. Even when there's not a lot of pressure on the ball.
This is Superville looking to play a 1-2. Still Superville. Got the luck of the
ball.
bounce. That's a good cross.
Oh.
Out comes Oliver. Punches it away nicely. Ransom.
Look at that.
And
seven green shirts back.
And they're just backing away now, Brent. Some of them just run. And there's no pressure at all on the ball. But that's the way they tactically, that's how they set up this afternoon. That's not a bad effort, but it goes wide.
Better.
First real shot we've seen for the afternoon coming from young Terrell Wiley. Cut inside nicely and unfortunately just didn't get it on target.
He cuts inside here, Colin. He gets ahead of his defender. Just had one thing in his mind once he get his head up. And Civil, so good shot.
Should have got it on target at least.
It's a good pace, but no direction on it.
Well, we're just about the 25th minute, and as we said, as we indicated, Brent, it's going to be a little bit of a water break here, where the players, and of course they're going to be told a thing or two as well by their coaches.
Well, I think the first thing, it's Trinity College East has to find a way or figure out a way to break down Trinity College Moka. But they seem very comfortable in sitting off the ball and allowing Trinity College East to come at them. But they first of all, not throwing enough numbers forward. And when they do, they're very careless on the football and they seem to be giving it away, which is allowing Trinity College Moka the opportunity to counter-attack and to transition from defense to attack.
Yeah, it's a situation where I think they've caught Trinity East a little bit by surprise with their tactics, because even they lost the ball just outside. Trinity Moka lost the ball just outside the penalty area of Trinity East, and all of a sudden, all the green shirts turned and ran back to the half line as if it was some sort of training routine. They never tried to press on the ball, try to stop Trinity East from coming out of the back. They just all retreated, got to the half line, and then faced Trinity East. So I think it's something that Trinity East has got to understand what the problem is and work it out. And there is some of the Trinity East players just having their refreshments. That, of course, is young Daniel Lake, Coach Michael Grayson. Obviously, they're quite comfortable at the back, Trinity East. They haven't been threatened. Goalkeeper Oliver, they're just the cross ball, the one cross ball that he had to come out for. But outside of that, they've not been threatened. And then, of course, the Moka goalkeeper, I think he's just had one shot to save. So it's been all, I think you made the point a little earlier, it's all been midfield action.
Well, midfield action and not a lot of creativity in the middle of the park. It's lacked, it's void of ideas on both teams. And of course, Trinity College Moka would be very happy with the way things are going so far, being the away team here. And Trinity College East, the Blue Hawks haven't really gone after their opponent at home.
Well, we're just about getting ready here to restart after that water break. So 26.5 minutes gone, still goalless, and to be very honest, we haven't looked like if we're going to get a goal in this game, or at least in the first half. Because some of the people, not only from the two schools, are here. Would expect some of the residents in the Trinity City area would have come out to have a look at this Trinity College East team. Of course, it's a hot day, so just maybe the numbers haven't come out as we would have expected. Here again, look at loads of room for Charles.
Well, they can't keep doing this all afternoon long, Colin, playing the ball around in their own half.
Yeah,
at some point, they're going to have to figure out a way to break down Trinity College Moka, who's very organized.
But Brent, they've got to spread it. They've got to try and get it wide.
But this is what's going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen.
This is Superville. Goalkeeper Oliver is coming.
He needs to stay. He needs to stay.
Well, where was Oliver going? Where was he going? Of course, there was nobody when Superville played that ball in field. There was nobody. There was nobody to cross the ball to, because of course everybody was back. Was already. They had to run from half line when Superville was already halfway in the Trinity East half. But goalkeeper Oliver made a little bad judgment on his part for him to come. This is Wilson. Gives it away to Hinkson. Back to Lake. And here goes Trinity Moka. They're backing away as usual. Bascom. Nice long kick, but nobody's going to be there. This is a very, very interesting tactic, Brent. I can't recall a school team playing this sort of game. It's an extremely interesting tactic here, used by Coach Eli.
Well, it probably speaks to why Coach Kai Phillips is probably on the bench, Colin. Maybe he's going to be a super sub coming on, and that's when they change the tactics and really go after Trinity College or so. Because Trinity College looks absolutely bewildered by Trinity College Moka tactics, and Trinity College looks like the more comfortable team here. They're very happy with the way things are right now.
But this is Jacob. He gives it away. So Ransom. This is Ransom. Oh, still Ransom. He's a battler, you know. He's a real battler. He's a handful. Christian Ransom. They give it right back. This is Jackson. Jacob. He turns. That's a good ball, but intercepted by Wiley.
It's a good idea, but poor execution.
Windsor looking for Hinkson. Jacob. That's not a bad looking ball, but to hit the back of Superville. Hinkson gets it to Williams. Charles. Again, we see that ball just rearing up. But in the meantime, Davis was fouled. It's going to be a free kick. Actually, it was Bascom, the man down. And got a helping hand from the referee. Coming up to half an hour, just past the half hour. Still goalless. So there we have it. Trinity East nil. Trinity Moka nil. Gone past the half hour in this game. Coming up to 31 minutes. And to be honest, we've not had much goal-mouth action.
We've had any.
Well, we had one, Brent, with Superville. With Superville going up the left side and crossing it to some blue shirts because there was no green shirts in the box. And Oliver tried to make it even more exciting by coming off his line when there was no need to.
Well, I was about to say you could take both goalkeepers off the pitch and the goalpost for that matter.
Did somebody say the ball?
So it's just been a frustrating game for the onlooker here.
Well, you know, the thing is, you've got to give it to Trinity Moka, though, their tactics. I mean,
spot on.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This is Wilson.
This is where they're dangerous. They break quickly.
Yep. And Superville is making the run on the left side. Ulakayode is on the right side. Well,
it's a wrong decision. He should have had a shot there, Colin.
Superville being harassed by Jackson. Gets it back to Ward. Let's see the cross. Not a good cross. So Oliver is going to play it long. Maybe saying, well, that's a good kick, actually.
It's a very good kick. Oh,
Bascom in trouble. Wiley, this is Wiley. Bascom does well to recover, but Wiley fighting. Oh, he does well.
Trouble.
This is a chance here now for Trinity East. It's in the back of the net. It's put into the back of the net by Jaden McRae, and Bascom was at fault there, Brent. There's no doubt about it. He should have cleared his lines, but give the man, Terrell Wiley, a lot of credit. He fought for the ball, got to the byline, he squared it back from McRae, and who had the easy, simplest task of just putting it into the back of the net.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of this program, that Trinity College Moka could not afford to make individual mistakes at the back.
Yeah, but Brent, the kick-out, I think, from goalkeeper Oliver was absolutely brilliant. I think it started with a long kick from Oliver, put Bascom in. Look at Wiley there, Brent.
Wiley worked hard, get the ball finally, but you got to clear your lines in those situations there. You can't afford to dally with it as a centre half. You either put it in row Z or Brent, put it back to your goalkeeper. Once it goes over the top, he has to clear it.
I would love to see that again from the kick out of the goalkeeper. If we could get that from the kick from Oliver, because it started from him, and it put them in a lot of problems. That's this is Davis at the back. This is Ransom. Well won here. Jawahir. Still Jawahir. Superville. That's Ward, actually. Superville has gone more into a defensive position.
Oh, it's a mistake.
Oh, this is a chance. Oh, he's hit it over the bar.
My goodness.
Oh, another mistake at the back. But this time, the mistake seemed to be Hoyt. And Jacob had, look at it, Brent.
Well, when he gets into this position there, composure goes out the window and he skies that one all the way to Lupino, probably.
Brent, let's have a look at the goal. Look at the kick from Oliver.
Well, it was a good kick. It's a good kick by the goalkeeper.
And watch at problems now for Bascom.
Colony's got to clear his lines there. Either put it out for a kick, a goal kick, corner, sorry, or put it out for a throw.
Look at the fight. Look at Wiley. Look at Wiley. Oh, he did brilliantly, I thought.
It's a poor goal to give up from Trinity College Moka perspective, but good tenacity there by Wiley.
And I thought the kick from Oliver really was excellent. He put Bascom under so much pressure.
Should have cleared it.
No, it's going to be interesting, Brent, the tactics of Trinity Moka. You're now 1 goal behind. Are you going to continue to adopt those same tactics? At some stage, Brent, they're going to have to decide to move away from this game and push men forward. Got to decide. Look at it. They're just playing with the ball. Look at it. And not a green shirt. Now they enter the Trinity half, and still Trinity's, the Moka team is not coming forward to challenge. But that's a bad ball. It's going to run out of play. So at some stage, they've got to decide to abandon this approach and maybe push 2 men up front and put Trinity East under pressure in their own half of the field.
Well, there's still a lot of time to be played here at the Trinity ground, and at some point you would envisage that Trinity College Moka will change their tactics. The question is, what will that tactic be, and then
at what time?
And at what time?
Yeah.
But it will change.
This is Hoyt, but he loses out to Wilson. He gets it back. Of course, he gets it to Windsor. Windsor to Hoyt. That's a good ball to McCray. Good defending. Good defending by Lizama. Thomas picks it up. This is Ransom. He hasn't had much effect in the game today, Ransom, but he's still a good player in terms of. But the Trinity Moka, they've packed their half of the field so much that he really hasn't got the room in which to operate. Ransom.
This is where a player of his ability should be trying to play within the pockets of Trinity College Moka and receive the ball higher up the park. He has the ability to do those types of things, but it's easy for him to sit back in his own half and play the ball. But he has to play a bit further forward and be a bit more brave. Sloppy, Trinity College East. There he is now on the ball, Ransom.
Yep, he now picks up the ball, does well.
But this is good, Colin, but he needs to do that higher up the pitch. And playing deeper here,
yeah, he's almost on top of his defense.
He doesn't need to be there. He does not need to be there. They need to push at least 15, 20 yards further up the park and allow this to be done by their midfield.
So a throw there for Trinity Moka. Davis is going to take the throw. This is Lake. So here's Ransom. He's got loads and loads of space. Wiley does well, does very well. It's brought down. So a free kick for Trinity East. Daniel Lake is going across to take it. The question is he going to go to goal from here? We've seen in the past a lot of free kicks from this distance. They've actually gone to goal. Ransom has come over to join Lake. Coming up to 40 minutes, Trinity East leading by 1-0. That's not such a great kick at all. Not sure what he tried to do. So Trinity East leading by 1 goal to 0. Goal scored by Jaden McCree. This is Wilson. Picked up by Windsor. Action Jackson loses out, but
that's a foul.
But the referee says play on. Williams gets it to Charles. Jackson trying to get it towards Hinkson, but Wilson does well. Gets it to Williams. This is Superville. Ward coming forward with it. It's a promising move. But again, not many green shirts in the box, but it goes towards Jacob. Jacobs to Williams. That's a good effort. I thought that caught Oliver a little bit by surprise. And at the end, he had to dive and just push it away. But he did well in the end. But again, a good turn and shot from Williams. And he got it on target. Probably going to have a look at that in a minute. This is Ula Coyote going up the right side.
Can he deliver? Oh, tell you what.
Jackson missed it and Superville is down.
But it looked for a minute that the referee... Oh, this is a good turn and shot. Look at that.
Look at that.
Williams.
Nice shot. I thought it caught Oliver a little bit by surprise, but he did well in the end.
Well, for a moment there, I thought Referee Harris was looking to call a penalty.
Well,
he hesitated.
Sure. Let's have a look at it again, Brett.
He hesitated. Look at it here. Well, he missed the ball, and look at that. And Harris, for a second, had the whistle in his mouth. In an action like he was going to point to the spot.
Yeah.
But he missed the ball.
Well, that's an interesting one. He certainly missed the ball and he connected with Superville.
There it is again. Look at the action by Mr. Harris. Look at him. He goes to he thinks about it. The hand goes up. But I'm very sure Trinity College East and Jackson in particular would be the first to say that he had no opportunity to play the ball, the Trinity College Moka player.
Yes, that's right. So the referee Harris is just awaiting one or two of the players to get back onto the field. Again, it's so hot that the players were drinking a little bit more water. Well, he's going to give Trinity East the ball. Jackson gets it towards Hinkson. That's not a good ball, picked up by Ward, but he gives it right back to McCray. So we're in the last, coming up to the last minute of normal time. Just have to wait and see how much added on time the referee allocates. This is Ransom.
This is what he's good at. This is what he's good at.
And this is what he should have been doing, trying to attack the Moka midfield and defense. We understand that there will be 2 minutes allocated of 2 minutes added on time at the end of this half. This is Ward. This is a good run from Ward, but he loses out to Jackson. Gets it to Ransom. Again, once they play back, the Trinity Moka players are going to just reassemble in their own half of the field. Well, for once now, we see Wilson is coming forward in the Trinity East half to put the East players under some pressure.
Well, with 2 minutes of added time for the end of this half. Thoughts into the second half would suggest that you will see a tactical change by Trinity College Moka. They are going to put or throw more numbers forward, but then they will always be in danger for these types of situations here where they're being counted on.
That's Hingston. That's a decent looking ball towards Wiley.
It's a foul.
Couldn't turn Davis and he pushed him. So we just about 30 seconds of added on time so far of the 2 minutes. Trinity East lead by Jaden McCree goal.
Oh.
It's a good tackle, but Wilson wins it and he gives it right back to Hoyt. Bascom. Ulukayode to Jacob. Free kick for Trinity East. Just about 30 seconds or so left of this added on time. Just over 30 seconds. And Trinity East should go in at the half leading, and they will be happy with that. This is not a bad looking free kick as the heads go up, some pushing, and the referee has awarded a free kick for Trinity Moka.
It's probably the last kick of the game.
Probably the last kick, and they can't even get the last kick in. So we're at the half here, a half in which Trinity East scored the lone item through Jaden McCree, and really a first half, Brent, of pure tactics by the two teams.
Well, pure tactics has been very generous. I think it's, of course, a very difficult game in terms of both teams nullifying each other. Trinity College Moka very happy with dropping off, and Trinity College East extremely happy with just keeping possession. Of course, 4 goals on attempt by Trinity College Moka, 4 by Trinity College East. 2 on target by Moka. Not a lot of goal mouth activities, and of course the keeper saves are 3 by Trinity College East. Offsides, not a lot of balls going over the top. Fouls and yellow card fouls, 8 apiece. Yellow cards and no reds, Brett. No corners. I'm not surprised. It has been that type of game. But the most important statistic is Trinity College East lead Trinity College Moka by 1-0.
1-0. A goal by Jaden McCree in the 33rd minute. It's 1-0. Trinity East lead Trinity Moka. We're here at the Trinity East ground in Trin City. We're going to take a break and come back.
time in Trin City, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinity College East, their Blue Hawks, 1 at home, and Trinity College Moka, 0. Akil and Jaheem, what are your thoughts on the first half?
I think that the first half was good.
Yeah.
But it needs improvement, especially in the midfield area to the attack.
So what do you think is going to happen in the second half then?
I think coach is going to make changes.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get back in the team.
All right, well, you can have our hopes. Come in, Akil, let me hear from you.
Well, the first half was a tough half. They controlled it for a while, we controlled it for a while, but I believe we had the same in the back for sure.
So, as it stands now, who's the real Trinity?
Tony, I won real Trinity. We're on top. We'll win the game.
Second half we go see.
Second half we'll see. That's the halftime review. Let's head up to the actual highlights with Brent and Colin.
Well, Trinity East and Trinity Moka, a real tactical game here. Very few bits of action in between. There was a shot from Wiley, but outside of that, it's been really a pure tactics. Here was Trinity Moka on the attack, and of course Superville going up the right side, the left side, getting the ball over. But of course there was no green shirts in the box. But here's the goal, Brent. Lovely kick out from Oliver. This caused real problems to Bascom.
Well, he should have taken care of it earlier, but credit Wiley and his tenacity. Never gave up on the opportunity. Gets it back, puts it across, and the easiest of chances there for McCrae. Putting it into the back of the net. Wiley taking his opponent on. McCrae slotting it into the back of the net, giving goalkeeper Thomas absolutely no chance. The only real opportunity of the game
and
for
of course
Trinity
Jacob.
College, and Jacob there with the chance.
Could have done better.
Skying it over. A game really of few opportunities, so both teams a drab affair thus far. Both teams would want to do better.
Certainly we'll have to wait and see. Both teams may go on the attack in the second half. Let's hope we see a much better action in the second half. But let's go back down to Hans.
We really do hope for that action. Jaheem, you mentioned the coach making some changes. What changes do you think he's going to make in the second half?
I think he'll bring Kai into the striking position and Temeskin in the midfield area.
All right, so you expect some big changes. Now, the Premiership is the top division for the secondary schools in Trinidad and Tobago. But just below the Premiership is the Championship division. Let's take a look at this feature brought to you courtesy Shell.
The Premiership is the highest division in the Secondary Schools Football League. 15 of the country's top school football teams make up this division. The tier below, which feeds the Premiership, is the Championship division. But unlike the Premiership, this division is set up according to zones. There is the North Zone, the South Zone, Central, East, and Tobago. Teams compete for a chance to move up the ranks and be a part of the top tier. Every year, 3 teams from the Championship division make it to the big league. Some are able to keep their heads above water, while others sink hopelessly to the bottom, coming up for air on rare occasions. For the ones who make it off the shore to the promised land, staying there is the challenge. Maintaining a spot in the Premiership becomes even more of a challenge when we look at the quality of the Championship games and the way the matches are set up.
There's a reason why schools are at the Premiership level and at the Championship level. The whole investment in the football program is chalk and cheese. You know, most of the teams in the Championship division, if you speak to the other coaches, it's a total struggle for resources. You know, most of the time, myself, I wash the uniforms, prepare team sheets, do almost everything. So it's like a one-man show, as opposed to the Premiership teams where they have a full staff to do things.
At this level, I realize, especially with certain teams and the team I'm coaching, finances to get to games, finances to get to school, finances to even get a meal is a problem. Finances to get gears and uniforms are a problem as well. So if you can get more sponsors on board corporate, as little as maybe it does help, especially with younger guys trying to make something of themselves.
For the Premier League teams, apart from the top few, it's all about survival.
On the go.
The Premiership teams at the bottom get to experience this dubious fate every year, and 3 teams are relegated to the Championship Division. The Secondary Schools Football League 2018 is well underway, and while some teams are enjoying a fantastic run, others are fighting to stay up. And the championship teams are giving their all, with hopes of making it to the Premier Division 2019.
That feature brought to you courtesy Digicel, and currently 5 teams are locked in the Big 5. 3 of those teams are going to be promoted: Malik, Chaguanas North, Pleasantville, Holy Cross, and Speyside from Tobago. 3 of these teams are going to be promoted into next year's Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division, and 3 teams in the Premiership Division right now will be demoted as we move into next year. But for now, we are here with Akil. Akil, nice first half for y'all. 1 goal up. What is special about Trinity East?
Well, first the facilities, the teachers, and the location of the school, the venue. So you don't really have to go somewhere far to get something to eat. If you have to get something to eat, yeah.
It's all about the food for you. But what about the sports and programs in the school?
Well, the coaching staff is excellent. The facilities that we have here,
yeah,
clean, everything clean.
Everything clean.
We have access to the field anytime we need to train to gain some extra work.
Everything is clean and access. Let's take a little closer look at Trinity College East.
The school's motto is selflessly serving the community. Our involvement in football is just about that. We're serving the needs of our students. So even in the field of sport, we're demonstrating that we have a care for our fellow citizens throughout. To begin with, somewhere between 2004 2006, we won the Under-15 East Zone title for 3 consecutive years. Following that, first national title was National Under-14, and I think that would have been in 2014. And we followed that 2 years later with almost the same team, winning the National Under-16 title. Of course, our promotion to Premier Division in its first year, and then our return to Premier Division in 2017.
At youth division, I think we tend to dominate in the East. Consecutive Form 1 titles, a handful of Under-14s, National Under-14 champs. I was part of one of the teams where they retired the trophy. Under-16 as well, national champs. So at youth level, I think we're doing okay.
Over the last few years, we've had the edge over El Dorado. Over the last 2 years, we have gained ground on St. Augustine. We compete against Sawa, and we continue to grow in our stature in terms of football.
Each coach brought something different, and I've learned something from each one throughout my time here. Derek West, the principal, because he coached me, as well as Lester Young.
Every coach we had allowed us to progress gradually through to where we are now. Similarly, as I said, we started off as greenhorns in the East, because when we came into the East Zone playing football, it was dominated by Arima, El Dorado, and St. Augustine, right, and to some extent Sawa. We came in there and we stamped our presence. So I'm almost sure now we are considered every year a serious contender.
Trinity known for the upsets, so the bigger teams have more to worry about when playing Trinity colleges.
Okay, welcome back here to the Trinity College ground in Trin City. We're at the home of Trinity College East. They lead at the moment by that one goal scored by Jaden McCree in the 38th minute, and they lead by that one goal here, 1-0. They have made a substitution as well. Trinity East, Dejan Windsor is off and Javed Elcock is on. There is Javed Elcock. We'll give you that confirmation of that substitution in a minute. Trinity College Moka yet to make a substitution, but we're just getting about ready for kickoff here in the second half. It's going to be Trinity College East with the kickoff, and here we go. So, East Mukarapo 1. Let's give you some scores at halftime. East Mukarapo 1, St. Augustine 1. Presentation College, they're leading at the moment against Fatima College by 1-0. So we just have those two scores update. What is going to be a very interesting score is going to be the score in Sawan with Sawan North and Naparima. That should be a really interesting score. So it's going to be Jacob with a free kick for Trinity Moka. So Jacob with this free kick, very dangerous. It's not a bad ball in, well headed away. Jacob does well, but getting the better of him was Kishon Charles. That's a good ball. Oh, just couldn't get on the end of it. This is Ward looking for Superville. Superville is doing well, but confronted by Jackson. Jackson twisting and turning with it. This is Elcock. A matter of fact, that was Hinkson coming up the right side. The confirmation of that substitute, Javed Elcock on for Dejan Windsor. Well, Valencia losing at the moment 2-0 against St. Benedict's, and Valencia is at home.
Very interesting score as it relates to the relegation battle.
That's right.
Between Valencia, Fatima, St. Mary's, East Mukarapo, they're all there and thereabouts. That's high and wide. And wild.
Was that Wiley took that?
Well, it's a wildly, it's a wild one, but not wildly. It's not composed. But that relegation battle, Colin, certainly heating up. Fatima College, of course, down a goal to Presentation College so far.
Well, I think the next round, if memory serves me right, Fatima, well, they play QRC, and then they've got to meet Valencia lower down. That's going to be the big one. But here comes,
this
is a lovely run.
Good skill.
Lovely, Jawahir.
That's a good shot.
Oh, well saved.
Top stuff.
Jawahir, the man making the run, having the shot. So already, Brent, we're going to start to see some enterprise from Moka.
Well, you just look at the body language from the men from Moka in the second half thus far. And this is the man here. Good shot on target. Good power and pace.
Oliver got down well.
But it's certainly a sign of things to come, and the first corner of the game thus far.
It's not a good corner. Well, he gets another chance.
But you just look at the body language of the players of Moka. There seems to be a lot more interest in this game. It's Coach Grayson, of course, a little bit concerned now.
He must be
Trinity
concerned.
College Moka has arrived.
Well, they've changed the man taking the corner. They've asked Jacob to go across and take it after that first one was taken by Wilson. So here's the corner from Jacob. That's a much better one. Heading towards the far post. And
got to head it across.
That's right. Should have headed it back across the face of the goal.
What's the type of start that Trinity College Moka would have wanted? This is interesting. Let's see if they drop off, Colin.
No, they're not. Look at it, Brent. Look at it. The tactics have changed. Well, I thought for one moment Wilson was going forward, but they are now actually going forward and trying to put Trinity East under some pressure in their own half of the field. This is Ransom. He would appreciate a little bit more space. That's a dangerous ball. Won by Williams.
Oh.
Jawir.
That's poor. That's poor.
Jawahir can't get it across, though. He was trying to get it. He was trying to get it to Olukayode making the run, but it was sent behind him. So there's Coach Ken Eli. And Coach Ken Eli, very, very experienced coach.
He actually coached me as a youngster growing up.
You remember that, Brent?
It's not as far back as you, Colin, but I definitely remember.
No, he's a very, very experienced coach. And as a matter of fact, we looked at the tactics, and it wasn't critical of his tactics, but it's the kind of tactics that a good experienced coach would use. I mean, you don't have to agree with it, or you could say he got it wrong. But I like the thinking. But here's Trinity Moka. It's a different Trinity Moka you're seeing.
Completely different, and this is what they wanted to do. This is what they wanted to do.
That's it. You're putting them. They're putting Trinity East under some pressure, and they're making mistakes. St. Anthony's, at the moment, they're trailing Carapachima by 1-0. So
they've certainly started to come on of late. Carapachima.
That's right. They've been winning some games.
But we spoke about them. Teams like Carapachima, Trinity College, East St. Augustine Senior, those are teams you do not want to play. You just don't know what to expect. They've been very inconsistent. But when they're on their game, they're extremely difficult to play against. And extremely difficult to get a result against.
This is a good run from Superville. But it's a goal kick.
The tempo has certainly risen here by
the tempo has moved up. Moka, they're putting, you look at them now, look at them. They're in, we're seeing about 4 or 5 at least. Well, we're seeing about 7 green shirts as well, Brent, in the Trinity half, in the Trinity East half.
Didn't see that in the first half. They've now
all backed off to the half line.
Correct. That's poor.
That's a foul there on the goal scorer, McCray. And referee Harris is having a word with Bascom.
He's done well here. He's done well. He's held the ball up well. And of course, attracted 3 green shirts. And eventually got the foul, which puts Trinity College East in a good position here. You expect Ransom to make a good delivery. He's trying to hit the penalty spot area. Thomas has seen a bit hesitant coming off his line for balls coming into the box. He's going to have to be precise here. There's some good height in the box for Trinity College East.
Here is Ransom. He's gone too close to the keeper. He spells it, but holds on at the second attempt. But I thought he went a little too close to the keeper, and Thomas actually spilt it, but recovered well. St. Mary's leading Bishops by 1-0. They will welcome 3 points.
They need it. They need it. They need 3 points. They've played 9 games. They, of course, have games in hand. But they're on 5 points, Colin, and Bishops High School Tobago's on 2 points.
Well, if they were to lose today, that's definitely, mathematically, Brent, Bishops can't stay up.
No, they can't. It's already a difficult proposition as it stands right now. They would have to score a lot of goals if they are to get back.
Yeah, but once they lose today, no matter what happens to the rest of the games, they're going down. Still waiting on a score in that important game between San Juan and Naparima. This is Bascom. Dangerous.
He's been hesitant a couple of times, Bascom. At the back, of course, for the goal that Trinity College he scored. Still think he could have cleared his lines a lot earlier there. Yes, it was a good goal kick, a good kick by Oliver, but he's got to clear. And here comes the troops.
Well, substitution here. So Ula Coyote is off and Tizera is on.
Tizera is normally the captain for Trinity College Moka. As we mentioned, both him and Kai Phillips not starting this one. So it'd be interesting now to see how they do things.
This is Wiley. Oh, he does well. Oh, that's excellent. Excellent work from Wiley. And here goes McRae. He's brought down. No, says the referee. Well, that's excellent work by young Wiley again. He turned beautifully, dribbled too, and flicked it on to McRae, who I thought was a little bit unlucky, Brent. He was charged down. There
Look
it
at
is,
this piece of skill here by the young
Watch
man.
it.
Oops. There you go, son. Gets around this man again.
Two. And he plays that lovely ball to McRae.
That's what we like to see. Good bit of skill. He's having a good time this afternoon, Wiley.
Terrell Wiley.
Oh.
What was that? But here's Tizera.
Too well to keep this in.
Tizera, you can see him, busy little player in the midfield. Ward.
It's good skill.
Gets it to Jacob. Jacob has gone out on that left side now. Oh,
That's
that's a good ball.
That's a very good ball.
And Thomas
Oh,
again.
boy.
Thomas hesitated. This is Superville. Couldn't get the shot away. But again, we saw Thomas Brent not coming off his line. I thought
He could have come there.
Yeah, I thought so.
Trinity's really turning things up now. They're finding a lot of space, particularly on this right-hand side.
That's Superville.
He looks offside to me.
Was hit a little too far ahead of Williams. And it's going to be a goal kick. So, in 10 minutes so far in the second half, and Trinity East, they still lead by that 1-0. That goal scored by Jaden McRae. Apparently they call him Jaden Speedy McRae. They called me Speedy Gonzalez when I was at Fatima, Brent.
I was many moons ago.
But here goes Tizera. He's going to make a big change, you know, to this game. Superville to Tizera.
It's a good tackle.
This is Wiley.
It's a good ball. That's a good ball.
Here goes McRae. That's good defending by Bascom.
Better. A lot better. It's a lot more decisive there.
Ransom.
It's good skill.
It's a good ball across to the man who came on as a substitute, Elcock. This is Hinkson. Oh, sorry, this is, yes, it is Hinkson, gone over to the right side now.
That's a good ball.
It's a second chance.
This
could be problems. Thomas doesn't hold on to it. Luckily for him, it's cleared. It's going to be a corner. I think, if memory serves me right, this is Trinity East's first corner, or is it their second? It's their first corner.
Second corner in the game.
Third corner, you remember back-to-back Trinity, Moka had two?
Well, I scratched the first one.
Oh, you scratched off the first one. Okay, Brent, my apologies. Yes, the first one was taken
poor
by Wilson, and then Jacob went across to take the second one. Well, let's see. They're going to take it short. That's not a bad ball. This is problems at the back.
That's well
That's good defending.
Excellent defending.
It's that man again, Tizara.
Well, Tizara is normally the captain for Trinity College. Again, coming off the bench.
You know, some of those decisions strange, but of course we're not there in training. We don't know if it's a problem they had in training, if the coach...
well, one of the things, Colin, that of course I'm sure Coach Eli is taking a look at, there's a backlog of fixtures because of the games that were postponed. And I'm quite sure Trinity College in particular have a whole host of games to play, and also the knockout format of the competition is soon to start, and Trinity College will be an active part of that.
And this year, for a change, Brett, they're safe from relegation.
Yeah, very safe.
This is a difficult one. The keeper came well, punched it, but he was fouled in the process, and the referee, quite rightly, referee Harris, blew for the infringement.
So the ball comes into the box here. It's a good delivery, a little bit too much height for my liking. And there's some pulling and tugging and pushing. It's not necessary. Gives away the ball. But talking about the backlog of fixtures, Colin, and of course the Trinity College team will feel that they have a deep enough squad that they would want to rotate players. And it's always ambition of coaches to want to win every game, but also there's a development part of it, and you have to keep your team ticking over and developing.
So we have Trinity East leading by that 1-0 scored by Jaden McCree in the 33rd minute. 1-0, Trinity East lead. That's a good looking ball, but here comes the keeper. Did well, came off his line quickly this time.
Very good.
Sends a good ball.
It's good tackle.
It's excellent tackle coming in there from Elcock.
That's a poor touch.
Bascom, that's a heavy touch. Got away with it. Davis having a word with Bascom.
Bascom is not interested in receiving the ball in those positions. Prefers to see it go further upfield. That's a poor throw.
Trinity East with the throw. Free kick for Trinity Moka. Bascom is going to take it. That's a good looking ball. Superville takes it down nicely, but gives it away to Ransom. McCree in a real tussle there with Lezama.
Lezama's done very well, Colin. He's stuck to his task for most of the half. First half and the second half so far. McCree is a big boy.
This is Jacob.
It's a good ball.
Sends a
Can
good
he
ball
deliver?
to Williams. Sends a crossover.
Ooh, he spills
Oliver
it.
spills it.
Oh, is it gonna
they
net?
can't finish. Oh, the Oliver gets it. Superville. Superville should have put that one in the back of the net. Oliver spilled it. There it is, Brent. The cross coming over.
Cross comes into the box. Oliver spills it here. Comes back to Jacob, who cheekily puts it across. Superville, he's got to put it in the back of it. Instead, he decides to pass it.
Yeah, what did he do? Did he try to flick it with the outside of his boot?
Yeah, well, here it is again, Colin. Oliver spills it. Jacob puts it back across the goal. And Superville here with
He
the
should have just
opportunity.
blasted that into the back of the net.
Just tries to put it back across the face of the goal and doesn't take the opportunity. A chance missed there by Trinity College Moka.
Should have equalized.
Should have equalized. Should have put it into the back of the net. He looked like he was, to his defense, Colin, he looked like he was stretching a bit after initially winning the ball. And so his only option was to put it across the goal. But the normally very reliant Oliver.
I was just
making a
thinking that.
mistake.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Oliver hasn't. You looked at him today. He made a couple very good saves, but in general, he's not looked as assured as he did against QRC when last we saw him.
Yeah.
I thought he was under much more pressure against QRC.
Trinity's coming. Moka, that is. They've really turned things up. It's a good ball. That's a
Here
very
goes
good ball.
Superville again.
He's got to finish with his right.
Oh, the shot there. Well, can you call that a shot from Wilson? More like a pass. But again,
He's got to hit a shot there, Colin.
I tell you something, Brent. Since Superville has come over to this right side, he's got a lot of space. They've made a tactical change with Jacob. They've put Jacob wide on the left. They've brought Superville wide on the right. And it's made a lot of difference to their attack.
Well, it's a big, big difference. And they're getting the opportunities. But Superville there, the ball on the right side. He's playing right-sided attack. And he decides to cut back on his left. You'd have to think why.
That's
a bad
overhit.
ball. Overhit. But we could see some movement on the bench for Trinity College, Moka, and it's that man, Kai Phillips, who seemingly looks to be coming on. He's certainly the danger man for Trinity College, with 3 goals to his name so far. Looks like he'll be coming on for Wilson.
So yes, it seems that Wilson will be off. Josiah Wilson.
He's done well today.
And Kai Phillip, the man going on. And I think the Trinity Moka supporters, they like that change, Brent. Because he's the goal scorer. He's the man who you feel can put it into
loudest
the back.
shift for the afternoon from Trinity College, Moka. That's a dangerous one. This is about the 6th call against Trinity College with balls going into the box. You would have thought they would have learned their lesson after the first 2. They seem to have a bit of a height advantage and they're still pulling and tugging. It's not necessary.
Well, this is Phillip.
This is where he's dangerous.
This is a good run. Brent, did you hear that? Rumor has it that Fatima is leading presentation 2-1. Now, it's not confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you are one, Colin, that lives off of rumors, and you, especially a rumor that Fatima College is leading. You haven't had a good season, Colin, so I would let you off the hook easy. I haven't said anything about Fatima for the entire season so far.
When Fatima survives relegation, then you're going to talk. I know. But here's another substitution. This time it's Trinity.
Outstanding game by this young man.
Oh, he's played well, hasn't he? Terrell Wiley.
He's done very, very well.
And the man coming on for him seems to be Tyreek Sutherland. So it's Sutherland.
It's a good ball. That's a good ball into the box. No takers. It's a good service.
So Sutherland for Wiley, the change for. There is Sutherland, couldn't control that. So there is confirmation of the substitution. Tyreek Sutherland for Terrell Wiley, who I thought had a really marvelous game. Created the goal and could have so easily have had another.
That's good skill.
This is Elcock. Oh, he turns with it nicely. Tries to get it wide. Superville playing a good ball. Can Jacob get that?
That's a tough one.
He can't keep it in. That was a tough ball sent to him by Ward. So just about
it's a foul throw.
That's about 68 minutes gone. You don't want to give away those kind of especially in your defensive third.
I can't tell you the last time I've seen a foul throw. It's been a strange kind of afternoon. So
it's how the sun is out, Brent. This is Ward. Here comes Sutherland, but Sutherland has picked. This is not a bad effort. shot.
It's a good kick.
This is Philip. Danger! Oh. Somehow you always feel, Brent, when he gets into those type of positions, he's going to hit the target.
He's very lively customer. And he's very assured of himself. Confident player. And he's a danger as well. Shows that he could find the back of the net. He has 3 so far for the season.
Peters is going to be coming in, Brent, for Trinity East. Not sure who he's replacing. We'll have a look at that in a moment. So the man making way is Williams.
Well, it's a...
We understand Naparima, they're leading Samoa by 3-1, and that could very well put paid to the chances of Samoa.
Yeah, that would definitely spell the end of their
title hopes.
Their title hopes. Well, that's a foul.
No, says the referee. Well, he's blown. And now I thought the Trinity Moka was a foul.
The first one.
He's blown against Trinity. Now he's calling Tessara over because he must have said something to him. Well, there's the confirmation of the substitutions. So Peters are coming in for Williams.
Well, Colin, if your rumor holds through, and Presentation College is losing 2-1 right now, they keep them at 28 points.
Remember, it's a rumor.
And it would push Naparima College up to 25.
So it means
with the all-important Naps versus Pres game on Wednesday. Talk about drama. It would also mean that your Fatima College will be out of the relegation battle.
Oh,
not sure.
Let's hope that rumor is factual. I wish they can confirm it for me, Brent. So it's going to be a throw for Trinity East. Just about 19 minutes left in this game. And with just the 1 goal, Brent, you're never safe.
Well, particularly with the likes of Philip, a fresh-legged Kai Philip on the field for Trinity College Moka. I'm sure Coach Grayson would tell his charges they need at least another one.
They need another one to make things safe.
This is very dangerous. He's got to deal with it.
Keeper comes, Oliver comes, does well. This is Jacob. Nice ball for Ward. Back to Jacob. Can Superville get there? He certainly can.
This is in the box.
Is it?
Sure it's in the box.
No, I don't think so. He's giving it outside, Brent.
Well, the infringement looks like it's in the box. He's going to have to take a look at it.
We're going to have a look.
Let's have a look, contact here, Colin. Yeah, that's on top of the 18. It's outside. Good call.
But it's in a dangerous position, though. It's in a very, very dangerous position. Now, Kai Philip is there to probably take the free kick. Tizara is also there. So, I've just got confirmation, Brent. Brace yourself. It's no longer a rumor. Brace yourself, Brent. Hold on to your chair. Fatima, they're leading Pres by 2-1.
I have never seen you this excited, Colin. We've had 10 games in so far in production, and it's the most excited I've seen you.
There's Coach Grayson just shouting some instructions for his defensive wall. This is a very, very dangerous position. Now, Kai Philip is lining up the free kick.
Well, I'm surprised they're going right-footed here and not left-footed over the wall. It has to be power, Colin. Tell you, it's a difficult skill to go up and over from such a short distance.
Unless, Brent, he's going to try and curl it around the last man in the wall.
That's even more difficult.
Yeah, well, I was about to say that that's even more difficult. But you're right. I thought a left footer, a Jacob. I thought, but Jacob he's the one who was injured. So here's the free kick. It's going to be Philip. He's gone for power.
And he's
hit it
broken
straight
the wall,
in.
Colin, interestingly enough.
Yep. Well, here comes goalkeeper Thomas. He was very cool and calm. As McCrae and Sutherland was absolutely tearing coming forward. Actually, it was Elcock and McCrae tearing coming forward. And there was Thomas coming out and calmly just pushing it out for a throw. But I think this game is starting to get a little bit... Yes. We're in the final 15 minutes. It's starting to get a little bit... warm here. Even though the weather is hot, the game now is heating up in the last 15 minutes.
It's taking them some time.
So 75 minutes gone. Trinity East, they still lead by that Jaden McCrae goal. And we're having a water break. Just when things were heating up, they're having a water break. Well, I suppose he's... in fairness, it has been a very warm afternoon. But you know, something like this, Brent, something like this can break the momentum of the Trinity Moka team. And I thought they've been starting to slowly but surely get on top of the game.
Well, I'm a bit unsure as to why they're having a water break. Particularly the temperatures have dropped considerably from the first half. I would have figured they would have played through. We've seen this at the Pres Mukarapo game. There was a water break in the NAPS East Mukarapo game. There was a water break in the first half and not in the second half.
But I tell you what, Brent, very interesting as we go back to some of those scores. If Fatima can hold on, then Samoa wouldn't be totally out of it. No. You know, I thought if Presentation won today, then Samoa don't have a chance. And remember, Samoa still have to meet Presentation. So, you know, it still could be a three-way fight. And of course, that Samoa would want that Presentation Naparima game to draw.
To draw, correct.
So, you know, and they could very well be in the mix. Draw. But it's really going right down to...
Well, as it stands right now, Colin, Presentation College on 28 points, San Juan North Secondary on 25, and Naparima College on 22, all played 10 games.
Yeah. So Naparima will go to 25?
Correct. No, this is the scores as is now. If it stays as it is, the score stays. Presentation will remain on 28. Naparima College would now leapfrog San Juan North into 25 points. And then San Juan North will drop to third, remaining on 25 points. Depending, of course, goals against and goals for, which would make it a very tight contest with 2 rounds of football to go for 3 teams, for those 3 teams.
So, in fact, it would serve Samoa better if Naparima were to actually beat Presentation.
Yes, on Wednesday.
Yeah. And then it will obviously come down to the last game.
Well, it won't be in their hands.
Yeah,
it won't be in San Juan North hands.
Yeah.
It would be down in Naparima hands. A draw would be the best result.
Well, the thing with a draw would take Presentation to 29 if they draw. So it means that it still won't be in their hands.
Correct. Well, that's providing that San Juan North wins their game. They'll go to 28 on Wednesday.
Well, a yellow card was in fact handed out to Kishon Charles from Trinity East, the first yellow card of the afternoon. Superville has gone back over on that left side and is already starting to cause problems. It's Oliver. Let's see, is he going to go with a long kick again? He actually said he's got a good kick, Brent.
Very good kick. Good power on it. Gets it good distance, more importantly. And he's been able to, with good accuracy, to get it onto McCrae on most times. It's a tough one.
It was a good build-up, but unfortunately the final pass by Tizara wasn't so great. Trinity Moka will be making another substitution. Boyce is coming off. I like the boys how he was controlling the width, maybe the little knock he got. Brent was able to put him off.
Yeah,
the man going on for him.
This looks like Sean Pear coming on.
Sean Pear. Yes,
Ronaldo,
there is a
Jacob.
confirmation of that substitution.
Jacob's
Pear
had a
for
good
boys.
game. This could be interesting. He's going to have to come here. He's going to have to come. Goalkeeper, he's done well.
It's another good kick. Bascom does well.
It's been very quiet, Colin Ransom.
Yeah, he has
been.
been.
Very quiet.
You know, the thing is, Brent, you know, he seems to be playing a much more defensive midfield. There he is on the ball now. But he appears to me to be playing a much more defensive role here this afternoon. And he's held back a lot of his runs. He hasn't been going forward all that much. But here's Jawir with a shot. That's a good shot. Oh, what a goal! Oh, Jawir, is that the right name? But whatever, who cares? Because it's in the back of the net. And what a shot. From the time he picked it up, Brent, he had it on his favored left foot. You could see him looking for the shot, and he packed it beautifully. Oliver, there is Khalil Oliver, who is really a good shot stopper. He had absolutely no answer to it, but it's 1-1.
Well, Trinity College, Moka, the dividends have paid off. Jahaway here looking up. Look at that fast scorcher. Oliver, no chance. Time to place it in the corner. It's an excellent shot. Gets it full in-step drive. Beats Oliver to the left. Game on, one apiece.
Game on. We've got 10 minutes to go. Let's see which Trinity can get the winner. That should spring Trinity East into some action. I tell you what, Brent, let's have a look at this cross. It goes to Sutherland. He's a very dangerous player as well. He's going to have the shot. Deflection. Thomas holds on to it.
Not convincing.
I'll tell you something. The Trinity Moka combination now is probably the best attacking combination they've got on the field. With Jahawir, with Philip, and with Tizara.
Their tails are certainly up now.
Rahim. They tell me his first name is Rahim. I like Rahim.
Yeah.
I prefer Rahim. This is Ransom. Can't hold on to it.
It's got to clear.
It's offside, but the referee Harris doesn't see the referee's assistant on the far side with the flag up. Tizara to Philip. He turns beautifully with it. There's Rahim going through the middle. This is Rahim. This is he's hit it over the bar. Oh my word. What a great move again. Kai Philip, the maestro there, he orchestrated that beautifully. Pushed it through for Rahim. And would you believe it, Brent? Let's have a look at it. He ran onto it.
When he puts it into Rahim, a rasping shot just over the bar. Good ball by Phillips. Good first touch. And just inches. Look at that. It's very close. Trinity College Moka now with their tails up.
This is Philip. Rahim. There's Rahim again. Oh. Bascom.
Gonna win this.
Oh, there's Bascom. That's a, well, he had advantage, but the referee decided not to play the advantage. Bascom came out of that well. Michael Grayson, the Trinity East coach, he's been on the sideline. Brent, I've never seen him so animated. Michael Grayson, he realizes that a lot of the Trinity East boys are under some pressure. There's him. There's Michael Grayson. Never seen him so animated in a game. Well, he's normally cool and calm.
If you look right behind him, there's about several water bottles that are empty. I think he drank at least
but here goes Sutherland.
70% of that.
Bascom has come to put in the challenge. Oh, he's got too much green shirts around him. Too many green shirts. So there's Rahim again. Rahim Jawahir. Be a throw for Trinity Moka. So we enter just about the last 5 minutes of this game and added on time.
This really came to life, Colin.
It's been a much better second half, hasn't it?
Tale of two halves.
And you know why, Brent? Simply because Trinity Moka decided in this half to come out and play football. They took the game to Trinity East. I don't know why they showed Trinity East so much respect in the first half.
It may be, as I said, a tactical approach.
It was.
It was a tactical approach to drop off. And if they do score with these last 5 minutes to go, they would have gotten it right.
Well, I suppose
that's
you can.
Football for you.
But well, even if they get a draw here, I think they'd feel happy to come away with a draw. But I just think they look so much a better team in the second half. McCray. Loose ball picked up by Sutherland. He's a tricky customer. Sends a ball over to the far side to Hinkson. He does well. And in fact, I thought he kept it in, but no.
Goal kick.
The assistant referee on the far side said that the ball had gone over the line. It's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. 1 goal all here. Jaden McCree and Rahim Jawahir, the man scoring the equalizer, both with number 9 on their backs. Well, it's difficult so far, Brent, to choose a man of the match. We still got 3 minutes to go. We've just got to see how this one turns out. But I suppose you've got to have some contenders. I would think Jawahir must be a contender. Maybe if Hans interviews him, we can find out how does he really pronounce his name. We've got the Rahim, okay, but he must be in contention, Brent.
Yeah, I think
I would think
both him and
Wiley, even though Wiley came off, he would be in contention as well. I tell you what, I liked young Superville as well. I like young Superville as well, Brent.
It's not a bad shout. He's done well as.
But at the end of it, you know, maybe just for the equalizer and to bring his team back into the game, and if they were to get a point, I suppose you'll have to give it to him.
But he has been a spark. He has been a spark for Trinity College Moka throughout the game, Ryan.
Oh yeah, he has.
He's shown a lot of good attacking endeavor. He's been positive, and he's the reason why they're back in this and still hunting the second one.
Yep, they're not satisfied with the equalizer. They're looking for a winner. In the last minute and a half of this game.
Not a good kick.
And we'll have to see how much added on time. This is Ransom. I would have loved to see him coming forward much more. Sutherland turns beautifully with it.
He's already beat him. He got past him already.
This is Philip. He's got to be careful. He can't afford to lose the ball there.
That's a foul.
But he's brought down.
But Sutherland done everything correct there, Colin, and never delivered the ball into the box. Of course, replacing Wiley, who is reported to have a little bit of a groin strain, having to curtail his afternoon short. He's had an excellent afternoon. Definitely one of the contenders. Here he is again.
He actually started against QRC, Sutherland.
Yes, correct. And Wiley was on the bench.
Well, Trinity East, they have committed 16 fouls as opposed to 13 by Trinity Moka. Nice long ball, of course.
That's a,
good lovely ball to Philip. He did well to get his head onto it. I thought it was a difficult ball. Sutherland. Oh, he does well. Turned his man beautifully.
Spent too much purchase on that.
Too much, looking for McCrae. So the 90 minutes have been played, and we'll wait and see just how much added on time there is. We understand there's 4 minutes, a minimum of 4 minutes of added on time. This is Hinkson. Oh, he blows by his man. Does well. Gets it over.
That's in.
Oh.
No, it's not.
It came off of Thomas and went behind for a corner. Trinity Moka, they've gone to sleep because they're going to take it short.
Well,
Ransom.
Bascom seems to be struggling. Colin, here it is again. Across the goal. Thomas not convincing in a save.
Got his hand straight, Brent.
Got his hand straight, not convincingly. Tell you what, over the last 5 minutes or so, this game could have swung in any direction. Both teams not satisfied with the draw in a battle of the Trinities.
Well, it's well, Trinity East, if this game does end in a draw, Trinity East, they've got the most drawn games. They've got 5 draws so far, more than anybody else. Well, let's have a look at the corner. That's not a good one. Headed away by Philip. He's come on the field and he's made such a difference to this Trinity Moka team. Well, Prez has come back to 2-all. So they would be happy with that point. Result. But it'll be still a good point for Fatima if they were to hold on. There we see 4 minutes of added on time. The 4th official now holding up the board. Very strange on that one. We've got just about 2 minutes left. Can one of these teams break the deadlock? It's not a bad ball from Bascom, but headed away towards Ward. Ward does well, gets the better of Hinkson.
He's got to pass. He's got to pass.
Oh, Hinkson does it. Now making the run is McCrae. He's got to be careful he doesn't go too early. But Hinkson still holding on to the ball.
Oh, boy.
Bodies are going all over the place in green shirts. And they still get possession. This is Tizara.
That's sloppy.
Bascom. He made the mistake for the goal, but he's been a tower of strength in the back.
I would suggest that Jawari is man of the match.
I would think so.
Raheem Jawari?
I would think so, Brent. I thought he's played well in the middle of the field for Trinity Moka. He was very much instrumental in a lot of their forward movements. And not only that, I mean, he took his goal well. He should have had a second one. I mean, outside of Jawahir, that's the man of the match as far as I'm concerned. So the man down, so the man getting a little bit of treatment, and coming off the full field is Lizama. So we've played the 4 minutes of added on time, but I'm sure referee Harris is going to maybe give another minute, but there is Lezama and so this could very well be the last attack of the game if Trinity East can get it up into the defensive third of Trinity Moka. But it seems, Brent, that the Trinities, we're going to have a draw game between the Trinities. So none will be king at the end of the day.
Trinity squared.
That's it. The referee has indicated it's the end of the game. A 1-1 draw here between these two teams, but a much better second half, Brent. A second half in which Trinity Moka abandoned what they did in the first half in terms of just withdrawing in the first half, getting into their half and defensive. Because they were a goal down in the second half, they came out, they attacked Trinity East, and they were able to get the equalizer.
They were able to get the equalizer. Tale of two halves again. Started off a very humid afternoon, and Trinity College Moka showing a lot more impetus in the second half, a lot more desire, attacked a bit more, and they got their desired result. Of course, resting two of their better players to start the game in the first half, and they coming on to change things. They had the match stats here. 9 goals attempts by Trinity College East, 13 for Trinity Moka, 3 of the Trinity East ones on target, and 7 for Trinity Moka on target. Keeper saves 6 and 2 respectively. And look at the fouls margin, 17 and 13. No yellow, 1 yellow card, no red cards. 3 corners to Trinity East and 2 to Trinity College Moka. A game of 2 halves. Trinity College East dominated in the first half, and in the second half, Trinity College Moka dominated. At the end, spoils shared by Trinity, each 1 apiece. Trinity College East and 1 for Trinity College Moka.
Yes, so that's the situation. It's the end of this the game. Full time here. Trinity East won. Jaden McCrae in the 33rd minute and Raheem Jawahir in the 81st minute, making it 1-1. We're going to take a break and then come back.
end of the Battle of the Trinities. It's all even, 1-1. Jaheem and Akil, how y'all feel about the game today?
Well, the game was tough overall. Unfortunately, they score to bring back the game in the second half.
Yeah.
But I guess we have to wait until next year to see.
I find the game was good. Both teams gave out their best.
Yeah.
And hope to see each other again.
It was like you said in the second half. But let me know, who do y'all play next?
KRC.
And for Trinity East?
Valencia.
Valencia. Games to look forward to. Let's head upstairs for the match highlights.
Well, here we go, Brent. Some of the highlights of this game. And this was a good run from Superville.
It's a good run from Superville. Put it across the goal. Not a green shirt inside. Very indicative of the type of half that Trinity College Moka would have had. And they dropped it very deep. And eventually they paid the price for it. Bascom not being able to clear his lines. Wiley, tenacity, gets it back. Puts it across the goal. And McRae with the simplest of chances puts it into the back of the whole onion bag. 1-0 to Trinity College East. Again, good work there from Wiley. Puts it in. McRae with the
some of
simplest
the
of
crowd
tasks. Some of the
enjoying
crowd
it. Yeah.
enjoying it. Jacob with a chance for Trinity College Moka and slams that one all the way to Lopino.
Yeah, he should have done much better though.
It's a snapshot attempt and a textbook save by Oliver. And then came a moment by Jayaware, man of the match.
Rahim
Jawahi. Here's the chance to Superville. And he catches it. Another cross ball into the box. Spilled by Oliver. Jacob puts it across the goal. And Oliver Superville with the chance. The second half, a lot better for Trinity College Moka. They changed up the way they played. They started to attack more. And then that absolute super strike from Rahim into the corner of the net. The share of the spoils. Trinity College Moka back into that one. A chance before the end. But nevertheless, a good game by both Trinities and a draw, result.
Yep, ended up for a 1-1 draw, a game of 2 halves. But let's go to Hans. He's got the man of the match with him.
Right now, joined by the man of the match, the man that made it all even. His players call him Chachi, but the real pronunciation of the name?
Rahim Chawahir.
Just clearing that up for Colin Murray. So let's take us through your goal today.
Well, can't really say much, but I was thankful for the goal.
Yeah.
I just see the goal. I didn't choose my tackle, I just shoot when I see the goals.
You just saw it and you went for it.
Yeah, I didn't choose my corner.
All right, thank you very much and congratulations, Rahim Jawahir. Congratulations to you right now. We're going to go across to Ken Eli, coach for Trinity College. Thoughts on today's game, coach?
Well, I want to start off by thanking Trinity for the performance that they put up today. I knew coming into the game, once you're playing against Michael Grayson, you have a match in your hand.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we are brother-sister school, and while we honor playing against them, we wanted to win the game. But the conditions of the game didn't suit us in the first half, particularly where the wind was concerned.
Yeah.
And in terms of the ground conditions, this is not necessarily kind of ground conditions you will see the best of Trinity. The ground is not too playable on the ground. Nonetheless, I thought both teams provided some good football. There were opportunities on both sides. The game could have gone anywhere in the second half.
Well, here's what, as you talk about the second half, we saw a change of tactics in the second half, and our analysts were even asking, how come Philip and Tizera didn't actually start the game this time around?
I remember someone approached me that the fact is we have 6 games to play in 10 days. And we discussed this during the course of the week, and I'm trying as much as possible to make sure we have the legs to run all the way through. And with this guy's ability, you can't afford to do that. As you can see, we had the chances there, but I was more interested in ensuring that at the end of the season, we still have our best team running.
Thank you very much, Coach Kenny Lai. We wish you the best in your next game. We welcome Coach Grayson of Trinity College East. Coach Grayson, all smiles today. Was this the result you were hoping for?
No, especially after the first half.
Yeah.
I thought if we had continued doing what we were doing first half, but we also told them at second half Trinity's tactics would change.
Yeah.
That is Moka. And we were disappointed. We didn't live up to it in the second half. We almost gave it away.
So what are y'all going to do to improve as y'all move forward to Valencia?
most of our practices are based on just trying to score goals.
Yeah.
A lot of finishing practice. Yeah, lots of finishing practice.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Grayson. We wish you all the best in your next game. This is where we close it off for today at Trinity College East. Let's take a look into the next game that we're going to be showing you right here on Sportsmax, the home of champions, and CNC3 St. Benedict's College take on Carapachima East Secondary School at Guaracara Park. Definitely a game to look out for on Wednesday. Till next time, my name is Hans Devines. On behalf of the entire Sportsmax and CNC3 team, we say thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. We leave you with some great pictures of today's game.
Make every creed and race come together and congregate. I know man, boy and girl, she capturing every age. But she have a natural beauty. Need to do your civic duty. We need to protect our love. Trinidad, I love you so. Trinidad, I love you so. And your sister just as sweet too. Tell I really love you. Trinidad, I love you so. Trinidad, I love you so. And your sister just as sweet too. Tell I really love you. If you're feeling it, stop and drink a coconut water up on Maracas Beach. Under umbrella with your cooler, what you feeling to eat? Take a jack from Richard no other. And if anything later we go take a spin down the avenue. Go look some pretty girl with the wood boy crew. Caribbean man, Caribbean your hand too. License to wine and jam, and anything we pass through. Not a nation sweet as you. Trinidad and
We staying upstairs? Okay. Watch them thing running away, Brent.
Hold on.
So what we just wrapping up with the highlights, right? The same thing that we at the end? Right.
So what is the all right? Yeah.
Move that Lucozade bottle. What was the Dasani?
All that you're seeing?
What's she saying? Your paper flying away. Them.
Well, I can't move that.
A real Marco boy.
Right, better now, cleaner. Listen, so what we doing? Doing introduction, then to the highlights, yeah? Right.
Nice and Benedict, sorry, Pachima. Right. I go open. Eh?
I will do all the highlights.
Right, and then you come back and then I will close. Yeah. From the time that keeper do that long kick, you know the goal coming.
Yeah, I know it.
It's just to find the Trinity Moka one was difficult.
Yeah. I know which one it is, yeah.
Well, the battle of the Trinities here, Trinity East and Trinity Moka, ended all square, 1 goal apiece. McCrae scoring for Trinity East and Jahawir scoring for Trinity Moka. Let's have a look at the highlights.
Well, it was dubbed the Battle of the Trinities, but it never really lived up to that battle. Wiley kicking wide there on Thomas. First opportunity for Trinity College East. A game where Trinity College Moka started more on the back foot. A team...
Sutherland with a good run, or Superville, I mean.
A team, of course, wary of the fact that they have a number of games in backlog, and they allowed Trinity College East the momentum. It started here. Bascom not clearing his lines. Wiley, tenacity first.
When it doesn't work for you, you try again. Eludes his man, and with the simplest of tasks, Jaden McCree in the 33rd minute puts it into the back of the net.
Nice cross ball, Brent. He found McCree with a nice ball coming inside.
Good finish, good cross, good finish. And McCree putting Trinity College East up 1-0, and a chance at the foot of Jacob, and he puts it high and heavy over the bar. And here is Jari, the warning to Oliver. Good shot, good stop by the shot stopper. He spills this one, and Jacob gets it across to Superville, who couldn't finish. At that time, Trinity College Moka starting the second half a lot brighter than they did in the first half, putting a lot more numbers forward and causing Trinity College East no end of worry. Superville with the chance. Oliver finally smothers it. And then the moment of brilliance. Raheem Jari, look at that shot from outside. Gets it in, looks up.
Nobody closed him down.
Banger. What a piece.
And this is another chance him hit it over the bar. So this Jahawir making the run and just inches over the bar. That could have been the winner, but it wasn't, and it ended up 1 goal apiece here. Trinity East won. Jaden McCree in the 33rd minute. Trinity Moka won. Jahawir, the man equalizing. So it was 1-1. It ended 1-1 in the Battle of the Trinities. And what we're gonna do, we're going to have another game, of course, on Wednesday when we have St. Benedict's College. They will oppose Carapachima East. Until then, it's secondary schools football at its best.